All right, you guys ready to hit the road again?
Yeah.
Couple more days on the road, Nathan. Are you ready?
2 more.
All right.
2 more days.
Here we are in Tulsa, Oklahoma, getting ready to hit the road. End goal currently is
Albuquerque again.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. We'll see if that actually ends up being a thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's hit the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have been on the road for less than an hour.
We lost the kids.
We've lost the children. I think they're pretty wiped out in general. It was really hard dragging them out of bed this morning.
You know what's interesting though? The difference in Oklahoma yesterday and today is astounding. I mean, if you look out here, we'll flip the camera around so you can see what I'm looking at. It is a foggy, overcast, bizarrely different day than it was yesterday. Yesterday was wide open skies, a few clouds, but
that was also later in the day, so this may burn off.
Yeah, it might be a total normal thing, but it just feels a lot more socked in and dreary today.
Misty.
And 100% humidity, or it was like 90s humidity when we left Tulsa, with the anticipation of it being like 90 something degrees today. It's just lovely. The toll roads here, you have to pay cash, and it's like $5 or $1.50 to help maintain the roads. Who knew?
There are plenty of people who live in these Midwestern states, but we are in California, and any tolls really are on bridges, not on just a highway or a road. It's to maintain the bridge. So it was really interesting to come across these tolls that are like seemingly in the middle of nowhere just to take care of a stretch of highway. It was like, but there's not like a structure on it. It's not like a bridge.
I guess California
but it makes
does
sense.
have those like for special lanes if you want to be in like a commuter lane. But this is like if you want to go down the freeway, you have to pay this. Like, all right, well, no option. But I was thinking Southern California does have a few little random toll roads, but there's always a way around it. This is the main interstate. Or not Maine, Oklahoma, sorry. Maine's a little northeast.
Wow, David. He's on fire today because he's had coffee. The rest of us are like...
Coffee, the official fuel of NASCAR.
Official fuel of NASCAR and David.
And David. Basically the same thing.
Pretty much.
NASCAR wit.
Turtle on the road.
All right, we're gonna save the turtle.
Hey.
He just went in his shell. We just found this turtle walking across the middle of the freeway. Pulled over, save it. Come on, little man.
Yeah, wow, they can close all the way up. That's amazing.
Here. Put him down here. See if we can get him to pop his head open.
Let's put him farther off the road.
There we go.
Alright, little turtle. Be well. Stay off the road. So, Operation Rescue Box Turtle was a success. He may have clammed up, but still alive.
That was really like...
hit by a tunnel.
So earlier in the trip, we came across a similar, first time we saw a turtle in the road, and we're like, yes, let's go save it. Oh my gosh, that was really cool. We got there and we didn't realize it had already been hit. We're like, hard to save that one. This one, I saw his head sticking out as we drove by. I'm like, oh my gosh, we must have missed my tire by that much. So we got out and we moved it, but you know, one more creature alive in the world. So
One less dead creature.
right. What does it take? 2 minutes to save a life? That's worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so David and I actually did some math last night. Gas math. And we have an update on the fuel expenditures on this trip so far. Okay, sorry. For people who have not been following this, we have been keeping track of how much gas we are purchasing on this trip, how much money we're spending on gas, so that we can kind of come up with a total for the end of it. So we're wanting to figure out kind of how efficient the fuel is, because we have this rooftop carrier thing that is not aerodynamic and therefore slows down your gas mileage. So anyway, we have been keeping track of exactly how much gas we have bought, how much money we have spent on it, so that we can come up with an end number based on just how expensive is it to drive from Northern California, Central California, to Tennessee and back.
Venture along the way.
So, up to this point in our trip, we have spent $547.76 on gas alone. The amount of gallons that we have purchased is 182.098 gallons. That's a lot of gas.
But like being from California, we're used to gas being, upwards of $3-4 a gallon right now. I think we were paying $4.75 at the most on this trip, and as low as $3.62. I think was the lowest we found. What is our average? I know we calculated it out.
Yes.
Price per gallon.
The average cost per gallon we have spent is about $3 a gallon.
All right.
Now we did kind of a rough, we're not going to get the exact miles per gallon until pretty much we're done, because things fluctuate and they change as costs happen, and it just, until we have a final tally on how many miles and kind of a final tally on how many gallons of gas we used, it won't be 100% accurate, but we have a ballpark figure. So we have traveled, at least at the time of these calculations, was 3,720 miles, which is a lot. That's a lot of miles on my car.
And 25 hours to go.
Yes, we still have more. So 3,720 miles divided by 183.089 gallons of gas that we've put in the car so far gets you about 20.32 miles per gallon.
Yeah, that's not bad with this.
It's not terrible.
Car top carrier.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have the car top carrier, it might be a little better, but it's not terrible.
That would be a lot better, but crammed in.
Yes.
Nathan would not be happy in the back.
No, I wouldn't.
Nathan would not be in the back.
That's
We
true.
would-
I'd be
All the stuff in the back.
We would not have the third row.
Across the seat.
So yeah, the car has an optional third row, so that third row seat actually folds down to make more trunk space, and the center divide here in the middle seat folds up to make a third seat.
Let's just say Audrey.
So-
Not able to recline as she is right now.
No, not so much.
Okay, wait.
So it would make for much more cramped conditions, but we would, be a little bit more efficient fuel-wise. But comfort is key when you have long trips like this, because children crammed together on a bench seat will kill each other. Or
Exactly.
if they don't kill each other, you'll want to kill them. So for the sake of sanity, we sacrifice fuel efficiency.
That's right. That's justifiable, I think. So as we drive, it's important to have your fuel, right? We've talked about fuel efficiency, but I want to tell you about my fuel efficiency. So I've driven roughly 3,800 miles as of this moment at a rate of 5 cups of coffee per day. And at 13 days, that estimates that I've drank about 4.6 gallons of coffee. So my fuel efficiency when it comes
4.06, yeah.
4.06 gallons of coffee, right? So that means that I get approximately 930 miles per gallon of coffee. That's pretty good. So, I mean, if you're into the coffee math, you get about, almost 1,000 miles per gallon if you're an avid coffee drinker.
So Nathan had an interesting question. He was inquiring, the other day we were wandering around looking at waterfalls, and Nathan asked about government. Like he's learning the reach of each of the heads of government, basically. He was asking, is the president in California the same as the president in Tennessee? And I was like, yes, the president is the same over the whole country. And each governor is over each state. So we were just discussing the breakdown of the power system.
Civics 101.
Yeah, Civics 101. But this morning, Nathan asked about the national bird, which is the bald eagle. And
it's the U.S. national bird anyway.
yes. And so he was asking if, the bald eagle was still the symbol here in Oklahoma. And I was like, yes, the bald eagle is still the national symbol. But each state has its own bird as well.
And I literally just saw Oklahoma's fly. That was really cool.
Ha.
That was awesome.
And I see Oklahoma's fog.
So Oklahoma's state bird is the scissortail flycatcher,
Yeah.
which is interesting. The California state bird is, shockingly, the California quail.
That's right. The valley quail.
And, but yeah, every state has their own bird, their own flower. Like the California flower is the
Golden state
California poppy. We're
Golden poppy.
like, shocker, we name our state like emblems after things that are found in our state. I thought that it would be interesting if everyone would write in the comments what state they're from and what their state bird is. Now, if you're from another country, it would be really cool if you could write down what your national bird is. Or if you are in a province of that country, write down what your state bird is, or whatever the equivalent is of a state. So that would be really fun and interesting.
And we'll share it with our kiddos because we're going to learn something through the comments, so they should too. Texas! Now we begin the long trip.
Howdy, Texas. Howdy, y'all.
We found a nice little rest stop. We're pausing to change drivers, and the kids saw some play equipment, so they wanted to hop out for a minute.
Ahoy.
So burn a little energy.
I'm looking out. I'm hot.
Well, it's definitely significantly warmer here in Texas than it was further east. It was like mid 70s. I think once it got up to like the low to mid 80s when we were over there, but now we are definitely in heat. I don't even know officially how warm it is, but I would say it's in the 90s for sure. It is definitely warm, but most of the drive is in the car, so that's forgivable.
Well, here we are in Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo, of course, being French for quarter horse. Right?
I don't know.
Man is finally behind the wheel.
Amarillo.
No, it's Spanish for yellow. Similar.
Yeller. American Quarter Horse Hall of Fame.
Oh, I was so close.
That's cool.
What does that mean?
So the American Quarter Horse is a breed of horse that they're kind of like an all-around horse, but supposedly they run faster than any other horse for a quarter of a mile, and that's why they're called that. But they are hard-working horses. They're good all-around horses. They're great for cattle work and all that stuff.
Are they even that fast if they have a bunch of weight?
I don't know. They're very strong though.
They race them at a quarter mile.
But they race them in quarter-mile lengths. Like thoroughbreds race much longer. So thoroughbreds are bred for like long distance sprinting, while quarter horses are bred for short bursts. But they're generally good all-around horses.
We saw a windmill propeller, and it was on a truck, and it was longer than a truck. It was like really long off the track.
Like 5 times this car.
20 times this car.
20 times.
Maybe not that.
Well, we learned they were 49 feet in diameter, so... Well, we are officially in New Mexico, the land of enchantment.
Now we are.
Nice to meet you. Enchanted, I'm sure.
So we have made it into the area of Albuquerque.
But not in.
We are on the hunt currently. We're going to a pharmacy to get some medicine stuff. So we have a couple of people in the family who are struggling with some ear aches. David has always been prone to ear infections when he gets in water, and he's done some swimming with the kids, and so we're pretty sure he's got an ear infection blooming, so he's pretty uncomfortable. So we're gonna see if we can find some ear relief for David. And Audrey has also been complaining of an achy ear, and Caleb recently started complaining of an achy ear. So
We got that going for us.
We've got that going for us. We're gonna stop and pick up some stuff for some relief, and then we're gonna continue on to our hotel.
We're so close. It's been a long day of driving,
Long day.
but
10 hours.
almost done.
We're gonna have another long day tomorrow.
We gained an hour back though, so coming this way, west, we hit the time zone line, and so instead of being 7:30, it's only 6:30, and the sun is out, and Albuquerque's beautiful.
That it is.
In fact, we should show you these mountains right here.
Yeah, check out these mountains. It's a heck of a view, man. Waking up to find those out your window, that's just pretty cool. Alright, so we made a successful trip to the pharmacy. We have made a successful trip to a burrito place, because that's what you have when you're in New Mexico, is you have to go and have burritos.
With green sauce.
With green sauce. Because, you know, New Mexico is the chili capital of the world. We have decided that we are going to take our food back to our hotel room that we have not yet checked into, but we are going to go and check into the hotel, go collapse and eat burritos and sleep.
Yes, it's burrito time.
And watch a movie.
Burrito time. So,
Burrito power.
then we continue on
With
our journey home tomorrow. So as always, this is your urban nerd with the goat herd telling you can grow where you're planted.
Especially if you eat enough burritos, you'll grow in all directions.
Yeah, all directions.
I guess it's
Maybe
true.
not your friends who are around you, but...
You won't grow in friends, but
Yeah.
Hey look, we're here!
Hey!
All right, so you guys, I just needed to share this because it's amazing. So we in the burrito store, I ordered a grande burrito for me, and Nathan's like, "Can I have one?" Sure. And I was like, "I don't think you can eat a grande. Let's just go ahead and split one."
I asked if she wanted.
This is a split grande burrito.
this is
The
absurd.
thing is massive. That's like an entire plate. This was a chimichanga.
This thing can feed
Put your hand over that, Caleb, so we could see just how big that is. Like, that's as big as Caleb. Crazy. Madry's over here with a taco. I have a few thoughts on your posture while you're eating, but you know, whatever. We're on vacation. Pretty awesome.
Satisfaction.
Hey Nathan, have you seen your brother?
No.
Amanda, have you seen Caleb?
No.
Audrey, have you?
No.
Where could he? Wait.
A nice little hidey hole there.
Oh my word.
I'm comfortable in that.
You are so silly.
I'm not actually really comfortable.
Oh, I guessed you weren't probably really comfortable.